Hi folks, thank you for joining me once again. My name is Nick, we're on the Atari 2600. I'm looking at a game called Solar Fox, which was published by CBS Electronics in 1983, and it's based on the arcade cabinet from Bally Midway in 1981. The game also came out on the Commodore 64 and the ColecoVision. You can control this starship and you must collect all the objects on the screen without getting shot by any of the nasties. And that's pretty much it. There's 26 levels, or matrices as they're called here, for you to go through. A number of different game modes. We'll try a few of those out. I think some are 2 players, some are 1 player. So here's rack 1. I'm controlling this central ship in this like orange. By pressing fire button you go slightly quicker, but you must avoid being hit by all this red doom stuff that I'm not doing there. From the 2 sentinel robots on the top and at the bottom. My lives are in the bottom right there, indicated by those orange cubes. And I think if you do it in a set amount of time, or without using the fire button to go super fast, I think you might be able to skip a few racks. So this is Matrix 1, or Rack 1. Don't get blown up by all the stuff. And that's pretty much it. Have you had this game back in the day? Let me know. It's Solar Fox. It doesn't look like a fox. The sun's not involved. But it's in space and we're flying around collecting objects. If you are in space going around collecting objects, then comment in the comment section below, you nincompoop. Right, there we go. I do like reviewing Atari 2600 stuff. Well, I like reviewing everything, really. But if you want to see more of these sort of games in the playlist, to get there, click on my username, takes you to the channel page, and click on the playlist tab, of course, and that takes you, well, Atari 2600 is there, along with a load of other stuff, and I've been hit at the bum again, no jokes there. Score is in the top middle. This is my first go, so don't expect expert gameplay, anything like that. It's dodgy gameplay, stupid chat, we're stress busting and just seeing more or less what the game looks like, how it plays. And would there have been enough there for you to want to go and play it again? Would there have been enough here for me to want to go and play it again? Yes. Why? Because it's quite straightforward. I know what I'm doing. The controls are simple, a bit like my brain. And now I would have played it a while. Right, there we go. Oops, kabiffed again. I might try a few of the other modes there, so you know pretty much what to do. I've got 4 more bits there. Oh, well, I've run out of lives. Right, I've got to 3 racks. Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. I think it might be the difficulty level. Let's try game 2. I think that might be 2 players though, so I might get unstuck because I don't know, I haven't got another joystick for player 2. If so, I'll reset it. Anyway, the gameplay seems more or less the same. I think it is 2 player, isn't it? 2 to 1 player. And I think game 3, I think there's less stuff firing at you in one. Yeah, it was. Look, so let's get out of here. In game 3, there's less stuff firing at you. And then again 1 player to 2 player again. So if you want to see what the other matrices are or the gaps are, then you can do. This is game 3. Yeah, so the sentinel's going back and forward, but they're not shooting anything at me at all. Oh, there's one thing. They're shooting stuff, but a lot less, it seems. Only when they can be bothered. So yeah, it might get a bit boring game 3, so try the proper game, game 1. But we'll see what the other matrices look like, because this is just way too easy now. It's a baby level, da 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 da, dee da doo da boo ba da. Yeah, 26 levels to get you involved. Good. Reviewed quite a few Atari 2600 games, but if you watch this far into the video and you like this kind of guff, then please consider subscribing if you have not already, because that helps the channel grow. ZX Spectrum seems to be the most popular stuff on the channel, and then it filters down a little bit. So if you're liking the 2600 stuff, get all your friends to watch this, and then I'll probably put up some more, you know. Good. Tends to be once every couple of weeks we do an Atari 2600 game. The back catalogue of games on this system is a lot less than the ZX Spectrum and Commodore 64, so it's conceivable I might review all of them ever. Mind you though, there are a couple of rude ones. Yes, I know, rude 8-bit ones, so I probably won't cover all of them. Right. Doop 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 doo. Yes, good. So on this mode you could probably see all 26 levels if you want to, but it's just basically these squares, it's always these squares, arranged in a slightly different pattern. And that's pretty much it. It's too easy. It's too easy, this bit. But the main game is pretty good. It's quite addictive. I like the idea. On the ZX Spectrum this was covered as Transversion, which you might have seen in that review. There's a ZX Spectrum homebrew called Sector, but they all derive from the arcade cabinet from Bally Midway Solar Fox in 1981. There we go. There is a sort of like a hybrid of this and Centipede by Jeff Minter, we reviewed on the ZX Spectrum there, so called Grid Runner. So you might want to check that one out. Come out on the Commodore Amiga as well, to my knowledge. Not sure about the Commodore 64. I'd have to look that up, but more probably. So what's this trying to be? It's just a pretty pattern now. Biffity biff baff. Right. Okay. Let's go through here. I would say a big thank you to the members as well. Time's tough with inflation and all that sort of stuff. So thank you to the people that have kept with me there. Because as I say, as always, I hope to go full time, although you know I'm starting to lose confidence. But you never know; it could happen at some sort of like point, maybe. But only if there's enough members. It's a fragile world, this YouTube sort of stuff. But if it doesn't happen, well, never mind. We'll just keep fighting the good fight there. Just keep going, keep going. Stress busting all the way. You'll have good moments, you'll have bad moments, you'll have moments where you're in space in a little orange ship trying to collect square blocks for some unknown reason, being fired at Red Sentinel people, but that's just how life goes. And the other day you might be just eating an ice cream at home. Take the rough with the smooth. Boo, 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 boo. I mean, the sounds on this aren't as gutsy or as deep or as earthy, should we say, as a lot of the other Atari 2600 games. Generally, I like the sounds as things kicks out. The only slight earthy sounds are when the Sentinels are firing their red fire of doom at you. Other than that, it's all a bit too cutie me. So I think there's better games available. But this would have been okay. It's all on cartridges. They weren't super cheap back in the day. It weren't like you was in the playground and someone could give you a tape, say, look at all these Atari 2600 games I copied. So most kids would not have had that many games. Would have had a small selection. They certainly wouldn't have had hundreds and hundreds. Boo, boo. That's before you got your tape recorder connected to your Spectrum or Commodore 64 or Amstrad CPC, just loading them up there. These would have loaded a bit quicker, being from cartridge. A bit like an arcade cabinet, I suppose. They're all cartridges, aren't they? It's a bit when someone tells me that they're not. They're all computer components instead. Right, I think I've got to get off this level because although we're seeing all the stages, you know the gameplay, but it's not proving a great sort of like challenge, is it? We're on rack 5. Let's go to game 1 again. That's where the main action is. So this is where you normally would have played it most of the time. This is when you got your chances to skip a rack there, not a rack the country. I've been blown up already, so I've got to get used to the difficulty level all over again. So game 1 for the win. Don't bother trying all the other ones unless you get bored. Right, come on ship, fly around. This will be my super go. But I think once you get used to it, even on the most difficult mode, being able to make the ship go quicker, I think you'll be running rings around these people. Biff, stage 1 done, or rack 1. In the instructions it says matrices, but it definitely says rack, doesn't it, at the bottom? Rack 2. If you've got a good rack, then comment below. And what have I done there? Right, right, okay. Is this Luke Skywalker in his TIE Fighter collecting Jedi holocrons, maybe? I don't think holocrons were a thing, were they, back in 1983? I think Star Wars came out in, was it 78 or 79? Empire Strikes Back, when did that come out? 86? Or was that Return of the Jedi? Someone would tell me below, I'm sure, who's watched this far into the vid. Right, sometimes it's a struggle to get a 10-minute video out of some games, but we'd have a bit of fun, I will do. I think I've showed you all that this game has to offer. It's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to have any end-of-level bosses anywhere in your face, jumping up and down. No end-of-level sequences, but the system wasn't quite like that back in the day either. Right, fire that red, Fred. If you are an alien called Fred in space firing red at people, then comment in the comment section below as well. See, look, it's a lot more interest this game 1. Biff, that's that done. I'm a top spaceman. Rack 5. See, I'm not mucking about. I mean, if you as a kid and didn't get off level 1 on this, you must have been playing like a blooming nincompoop in space. I wish I could get that skipper rack thing. Skip a rack. Right, last life. No lives left. I don't know, maybe you get an extra life every so many points, but the ability to make the ship go quicker so you can fly yourself out of bother is good. You just have to time properly when you're going to get the ones on the outskirts, on the edge of the screen. Oh, I was always going to do it then. I was almost there, Claire. No lives left, no lives left. Okay, well, quite a simple game, but you know what you're going to get. It seemed like a good conversion to what the game could offer, and it would have wasted a little bit of time. So, hope to like to have a look at that one. I didn't mind it. No real reason to go back in a great hurry, but that was Solar Fox on the Atari 2600, published by CBS Electronics in 1983, based on the arcade cabinet from Bally Midway in 1981. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro? By all means, put that in the comment section below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
You'll have good moments, you'll have bad moments, you'll have moments where you're in space in a little orange ship, trying to collect square blocks for some unknown reason, being fired at Red Sentinel people, but that's just how life goes. And the other day you might be just eating an ice cream at home.